Good morning, everybody. Thought I'd just have a chat with you today about empathy and what empathy actually is and what it isn't, because I think there's a lot of confusion out there, excuse me, lurgy, with what empathy really is, and confusing it with sympathy, which is what empathy isn't. So empathy is really when we're feeling what someone else is going through in that moment. So it's not ours, but in that moment someone's telling you something about their life, whatever it might be, and you can truly sit with them. Your mind isn't wandering. You might get a distraction of, oh yeah, I know what that's like, or I've been through something similar. But what we don't do is then go into our own mind with our own experience. We bring ourselves back to focus in the moment with what that person is telling us. Because to truly empathise is to put yourself in that person's place. So you stand in their shoes. You imagine what it is that they're saying they've experienced with no distraction of your own experience coming in. It might pop in, but you just kind of shelve it for a moment, and you might share your experience afterwards, but you hear that person right to the end of what they're saying, and you're truly with them with no comparison. And that is where empathy can be really tough, because humanness, we will start to draw on our own experiences, because that's what the mind does. The mind will start to compare because that's how it works, but it's actually stepping away from mind and coming into your heart space, and you're just truly giving of yourself to that person for those moments, truly just hearing. Literally, you're just using your ears and your hearts with what they're sharing. The minute we start to jump in and start to then tell about our experience, we've moved out of empathy, because we've gone into our own experience. And even if our own experience is really similar to theirs, it won't be the same, because there is no comparison of emotion between people. So that person might feel it this high and you might feel it this high, but how do you compare what those emotions are? So if you start drawing on your own experience, you've gone into your own zone, and it's no longer about being with that person with what they're going through. The other thing is when we go into sympathy, sympathy is more about feeling sorry for that person, feeling pity for that person. I've done it loads, where I'm like, oh my God, that's so horrible for that person. I feel so sad for them. But I start to move into a different space. So rather than just hearing what they're going through and being with them on that, I've started to almost feel sorry for them. And that isn't really going to be helpful for them. So empathy is letting that person know that you're there, you can hear what they're going through, and you're just being with their experience. It's not about you, it's not about pity, it's about them. And that's how we empathise. It takes practice. Even now when I'm doing therapy, my mind will go to, oh yeah, I know what that's like. No, I don't, because this is their experience, even if it's similar. So it's separating. And a key to communication in all relationships is about being able to hear that person's experience and bracket your own. Keep it to the side for a moment and truly be with them with none of the input of what you've been through. Keep it separate in that moment, and then you've truly given yourself to that person through their experience. And it's usually rewarded with people's gratitude. People knowing that you're really there for them, that they can come to you, that you hear them, you understand them. That's what you get in return for true empathy.